growing up here, we call it PM, Oakwood Plaza, apartments, projects. I remember right here growing up playing football, on Saturday mornings, 9, 10 o'clock in the morning with my friends and, wanted to be like, back then, wanted to be the collegiate all-stars. So, guys who played college football, you wanted to be like them growing up. I remember having, like my little sweat hood on and, I kind of tucked up my hoodie, make it look like I was like a real football player, like I was the biggest one out. And, it was fun playing, football on Saturdays with my friends and, having a good time. We felt like, that was like, some time where we really felt like, we was somebody. It means a lot, my emotions, get running. A lot of individuals from here around this area, don't make it out. A lot of drugs and violence and crime and killings go on, and and some people, they can maybe come from this area and feel that they have to be negative or do the wrong thing because that's just what they're brought up around and that's what they seen. I just learned, just about my mom and my dad that, you don't have to go that route, I feel like growing up, if organizations, like I have now, with Team 96, things could be different for some of the youth, some of the, people I've grown up with. Everything was new to me. I had, got drafted, first round, and coming from where I come from, like, that's not heard of. It's like, it's like a blessing and, you got people that's like proud of you and happy for you. And like I said, you can never forget where you come from. Here we are, at Linden High School where I can say athletics was really my thing. That's why I kind of got a little name for myself. So it's, go back to my roots and, where I'm at now, this is where it's all started pretty much. With baseline, just slammed it right here. First dunk, only dunked on somebody one time in my life. And that was a good one. Right, Coach?
He was always special. By the time he was a little kid, I remember when he was going into the NFL and people asked me questions. I said he'll be somebody that'll be in the league for 10 years because he works hard, he follows directions. You tell him to be there at 7, he'll be there at 6:30. And bigger than all the sacks that he's getting and all the accolades that he's received is that he's giving back to the community and to kids, not only in Linden, but all throughout the state of New Jersey.
Here in Linden, my basketball coach, Coach Scalicchio, he was a tough critic. He was an individual that, pushed me. And he wanted, everything. He wanted me to give all I got. And, I could say that's one person that was very influential in my life. So we're here at Tiger Stadium at my high school football field. I'm just smiling now. I'm just thinking about, this walk right here, coming from the locker room, night games, afternoon games, and taking this walk. When I was in college, going to my sophomore year, our coach asked us to write down goals. The first goal I wrote down was I wanted to be a first or second round draft pick. I wrote down a goal and a dream, and I really achieved it. High school and, playing Pop Warner, and like I said, still this right now, it's still, at the end of the day, this little kid's game, it's having fun, it's nothing better than waking up on Sundays and knowing, you got thousands of fans, cheering you on. Somebody following my footsteps, they make it, I would want them to give back to the community because it's a little fourth grader that's looking up to them that want to be just like them. And it might be a senior right now that I might not know that he want to be just like me and he's going to make it. That's what dedicates me. That's what the dedication comes from, and that's what it's all about.